Another week of awesome games here at GOM TV. I can't wait to get these things started. How you doing? My name is Nick Plott, also known as Tasteless.
And I could do my own introduction.
All right, go for it. Go.
I am Susie Kim, otherwise known as Lil Susie.
Guys, we got some really exciting games today. I'm really pumped to be delivering some casting for you on them. Let me go ahead and just give the lineup now. We're going to have our first game, a Protoss versus Zerg, Stork against Orion. And our second game is going to be a Terran versus Terran Firebat Hero against Bogus. And, of course, this is Firebat Hero's first time appearing on GOM TV. Mm-hmm. Moving on through the list, we have a Zerg versus Terran July Zerg. You guys all know him, I'm sure, against Pepe. Or PP. I don't know exactly how to say his name.
Let's go with Pepe.
Let's go with Pepe. And then finally we're going to have a Protoss versus Zerg. The Rock against Mumyang.
All right, these guys, as you guys know, this last two pair here have been around for quite some time. Actually, this is the first time they're facing off against each other in like 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, quite a long time.
I mean, it should be pretty good. It should be pretty epic. Bogus, you guys remember, was our young 16-year-old player who... I think they did a little special on him, too.
Yeah.
There was that little intercept,
I'm kind of fond of him. I like Bogus, but I think he's going to have a tough time against Firebat Hero. Firebat Hero's in really good shape right now. There's a lot of Firebat Hero haters out there because of his ceremonies, but I am actually a Firebat Hero fan. I think those ceremonies are awesome. I hope he does something here.
I think that adds character to all these games. Every player has... Watch a football game and you see a guy make a touchdown. He's got his little dance. It's the same thing. You're allowed to do it.
So I think
it adds to the character of the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's good for esports in general.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also kind of interested in what's going to happen in the July Zerg versus Pepe game because I don't know what Pepe can really do to stop July Zerg. July Zerg is just so unbelievably strong. I mean, I've casted his games at the World Cyber Games World Finals where he played against OOV, and I've casted him in some other tournaments as well. And I got to say that he's really good. Oh, we're getting a shot of us on the Korean stream
cam.
now. So hopefully we have some Korean people watching us as well. Maybe they'll tune into our side. I think it should be a pretty interesting series, though. The July Zerg versus Pepe.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking here is our seeded players, as you know, Stork, Firebat Hero, July, The Rock. There's a reason why they are seeded.
Yeah.
Oh, that pause in the Korean cast kind of scared me. But here is our bracket now.
Now, as we can see, we're getting pretty far along this tournament here. And with every coming week, we're getting closer and closer to the finals here. As you can see, a lot of our players have already been eliminated. And now we're really starting to see the cream of the crop here.
Absolutely. And soon, I think our finals are going to be in February. So you guys have to continue to tune in every week until February. As we just watch the best of the best, just duke it out and see who can get up there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. And I'm really looking forward to seeing who's going to be in the finals this time around. I mean, last season we had Jaedong and Flash, and really I couldn't think of two better players to have position in the finals. And I was a little bit shocked though that Flash got owned so badly. I thought it was going to be closer. I'm curious how this final is going to look as well.
Me too, definitely. Well, if you guys are curious as they're doing this, obviously there's more players playing. I saw Nada today. However, he's not going to be broadcasted. Upstairs there are 5 sets, including Nada, Iris, or Berserker, Changbi, Frosian, and Mensol. They're all upstairs right now playing against Sky High, Odin, Shine, Zerg, Joa, and Nalkiki. So, that will actually be broadcasted in Korean on Tuesday. However, we won't be here for that. Again, as soon as I see the results for it, I can give you guys and let you guys know how they did. But that's really up to the guys upstairs to let me know.
Yeah.
I'll try to get it between games. That's not a problem. Wow. So... I'm trying to see here.
Do we have the map lineup here? It's not on my stat sheet.
The map lineup is not here, but here it is. Chupungnyang, Destination, Neo Requiem. Again, the same 3 maps that we have been having last week and such.
Some of these new maps are pretty hard to figure out. I've been playing on them a little bit, especially Destination. Man, that map is weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little tricky. So I think it's going to be quite intriguing to see how the metagame evolves on these specific maps because these are not your average kind of maps. They all require very unique playing style.
Okay. You know what? One thing I wanted to mention, Actually, they're going to go on to the match lineup today. But I wanted to mention, if you go to gomtv.net, there is a poll open. We want to bring you the best player for your PC, basically.
Yeah.
And so if you can go ahead and participate in that poll, let us know what your operating system is, let us know what your network is, just your PC configurations, things like that. Then we can take a poll and see what kind of things we need to do to make Gom Player work for you. Because I know there's a lot of Linux people, a lot of Mac users, and I know you guys have been complaining, saying that Gom Player won't be working.
And it's really important to us that we do, bring the best possible coverage and, have smooth streams. So please, even if you're not having trouble, go ahead and participate in that poll. We need as much information as we possibly can. If you have friends that maybe stopped watching because they were having problems with this, tell them to go ahead and take the poll. It's really important to us that, we deliver the best possible coverage.
All right, here's the matchup again, guys, so that you have the visual. It is Stork versus Orion, Firebat Hero versus Bogus, July versus Pepe, and The Rock versus Moomyoung on Chupyeongyang Destination and Neo Requiem. So that's our lineup for today. Again, it's gomtv.net, and you just go to Classic 2.
Yeah.
Then you go on top, there's like a little bar, and I'm looking at it right now. You click on poll, and it's just really simple. Drop-down menu, you pick on it, and you let us know exactly what your computer specs are so we can set this up right for you.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. Susie and me are both going to be at the World Cyber Games World Finals in Germany.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, actually. Is it 2 weeks?
I think it might even be less than that. I think it might be
like
about a week and a half, something like that. We're going to be down there. So, if you see us at the World Cyber Games in Germany, please feel free to come up and say hi to us.
Say hi, yeah.
We're very nice people. We like to think we are. So feel free to come by and say hello to us. I always enjoy meeting the people that are watching the casts.
Absolutely. Wow, this is going to be exciting. Well, you know what? These are all the favorites. I'm sitting here. Every week we try to guess who's going to win in these lineups, and most of the time we're wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes we're wrong.
However, I have a really good feeling about Stork today.
Well, Stork is pretty solid.
There he is.
He's going to at least make it to the finals. I don't know if he'll win there, but Stork is certainly a powerful player. This is a guy who really wins early on based off of his build orders. The other player might not be dead physically, but this guy just has brilliant openers. I mean, if there's a pro gamer and you want to copy a build, this is the guy to pick. I have actually learned a lot from watching Stork.
Well, there you go.
He's quite brilliant.
Last season, he made it here to the round of 8 where he lost to Backo. And Tobacco, he lost Tobacco.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy.
So he's seeded this season. His record right now is 277 wins and 158 losses. That's 64% win rate. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. And he is ranked number 3 according to Kespa. Now here is Orion, our CJ Etnis player. He made it to the round of 64 last time around, and this time he's also at the same position right now, I guess, and trying his luck against Stork. But the way Stork's been playing, I don't know. This guy's going to really have to step up his game, I think.
Yeah. Well, he was actually in here for an hour before, because I know he was here right when I showed up. And he was just practicing, so he's definitely taking this quite seriously. Stork, on the other hand, he showed up 10 minutes before.
Yeah, he did.
He did. The show started because I saw him walk in and I said hello to him.
But he's been busy. He's been
quite busy.
So, I don't blame him. Orion is at 52 wins and 42 losses, which brings him at like a 55% win rate, which is actually not that bad, actually.
No, not at all.
He's currently on a 4-game winning streak, so that's not too bad either.
Yeah, I think this one's not going to be an easy game for Stork,
no.
But Stork is definitely going to be the favorite here.
All right, look, do you see these notes?
We have so many stats in front of us right now.
Well, I want to say, we know Stork as our bridesmaid. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And, his other nickname here, they call him the English translation of this is really terrible. The Commander-in-Chief of No Weak Points. Now, what does that mean?
Wow. The Commander-in-Chief of No Weak Points?
Weak points. So apparently, 무결심의 총사령관. That's what it is in Korean. So that means
it's better than the Red Sniper.
He has no weak points, basically. They said he's like the guy.
He's very well-rounded.
He doesn't have one thing that's weak.
Yeah. right, we have started off. Here is Orion at the bottom left, and of course at the top right is going to be Stork. Now, I'm wondering if Orion's going to open up aggressively. I've seen Orion in several games, and I think when he plays aggressively, he's quite strong. Now, Stork, on the other hand, I assume on a map like this, he's probably going to play pretty defensively early on. Stork probably knows his macro overall is stronger. His micro is probably going to be a lot better than Orion's. And because of that, he's probably just going to try to last for the first 10 to 15 minutes and then just overpower his opponent.
Okay. I mean, earlier he looked at the thing and he said, oh gosh, I'm playing against the Zerg again. So it looks like he doesn't really like having Zerg opponents, but I don't blame him. He's lost 5 games in a row to Jedong.
Yeah, I think out of all Stork's matchups, his Protoss vs. Zerg might be his weakest, but that's not to say that his Protoss vs. Zerg is bad. I mean, he's a very, very strong player. And again, I know I've said this a lot of times, but I really believe that he really does have the best build orders for Protoss. I mean, when I watch what he's doing, he just gets leaps and bounds ahead of his opponent, and he's just quite strong. It looks like we're going to have an early pull here, probably followed up by an early extractor for the Zerg. Maybe not, though, looking at that timing. Either way, though, you can see that Orion's clearly trying to play safe here. A lot of Protosses have been doing this lately. They do this build where they get Pylon and then the Forge and then they scout. It used to be that a lot of Protosses would just scout right after the Pylon, but it looks like this build seems to be more economical. I mean, with that extra probe there, you can really get a lot of extra minerals. And here's going to be the pool, the hatchery. Surprised Stork did not move down there to stop the drone from planting the hatchery. And because he sees that he's going to get the Nexus before the hatchery, basically you want to get that other Nexus up as fast as possible, because the sooner you get that Nexus up, you're going to be able to mine from that expansion as well as have more supply. So that's why he gets the Forge first. If he gets the Forge first and he sees the pulls really, really early here, then he gets the cannon to stop the Lings. But it looks like the timing of this is going to work out in Stork's favor. Out of all the maps, this is the one I've had the least amount of time to practice on. It's getting kind of hard to get games on iCup on this map. I have been playing a lot more iCup lately, smashing nerds left and right. But when you get higher in the ranks, it starts to get a lot tougher.
Hey, actually, you know what? I'm looking here on the community questions, and someone was saying he's watching your replays. And why do you prefer Dark Templars over Reavers?
Actually, I have no. It just depends on the map and the position. They're both strong. It just depends on the build order and the positioning. I actually like to use both Reavers and Dark Templars. But it depends. If they want, I actually have a whole bunch more replays I need to get posted on my site. I apologize for being a little bit slower with that, but I'll definitely post some replays where I use Reavers as well. I think, well, let's see here. It's going to be a bit of a passive game here for the time being, unless Orion opts to do some very risky all-in move. Now, I'm really curious. Right now, it looks like Orion's playing this up to not be all-in risky, and instead is going to focus more on economics. And honestly, I thought, coming from Orion, I really expected him to be more aggressive, just because he is against Stork here. Now, we'll see if he changes this way he's playing now that he's killed the probe. Meanwhile, Orion's continuing to hover over his opponent. You can see Stork really comfortable with just one cannon. A lot of times you see Protoss players get 2, but he's pretty confident that with those Lings chasing his scouting probe, he can go ahead and try to cut a few more corners to get ahead. Lair is on the way. A lot of good Zerg players will get that Lair and den up and get a few Lurkers to defend from the possibility of mass Zealots with legs and the +1 attack upgrade. But getting Mutalisk might not be bad on this map as well. I think Lurkers would probably be the better choice, though. And Stork's playing this pretty much the same way that I play Protoss versus Zerg. I almost always get the Stargate out rather than getting the Citadel first and getting mass gateways, because with that Corsair you can really figure out exactly what your opponent's up to, and that can give you a huge edge. I don't know how some of these Protoss players do manage to play blindfolded, so I really agree with Stork's decision. Well, it looks like Stork did send out an additional scouting probe. He was probably looking to see if those Zerglings had the speed upgrade. Because if they do, that usually means the Zerg's going to be aggressive in the next minute or two and try to overwhelm you with Lings. And he is going to go for the Spire. Let's see how this works out. I'm a little bit curious about how the Spire is, the opening for the Spire is going to impact this game. And you can see Stork sees that there aren't that many Lings, so he's going to go ahead and just send out a few Zealots. And this forces a Zerg to make Zerglings, and if the Zerg doesn't defend properly, then Stork moves on to the drones.
Or why do you think the Mutaliks are going to be a good idea?
I don't know if they are. It's just this map that I don't know if it really favors. Hold that looks like this is going to get deflected pretty easily here. I don't know if it was smart for him to send the Zealots out that far. He should have moved him back. The Mutalisks may or may not be a good idea. I just feel like there's not going to be a whole lot of effective harassment here. He did manage to get one Zealot in there. Never mind, doesn't matter. Even getting one drone can be pretty huge. A lot of hatches now getting put up. Zerg definitely going to stay with a standard tech. It looks like he will get at least 1 or 2 Overlords here. I think that's going to be the second kill for that Corsair.
All right, actually, checking here, it says Stork's last 10 games versus Zerg, he's 8-2.
He's 8-2.
So it looks like Jedong's the only one that he's really weak against, so...
Well, there's no shame in losing to Jaedong. That guy is insane. I mean, I've watched him play, and I seriously, like, being a Protoss player, I know how difficult it is to play against somebody like Jaedong when you watch how good he is. Look out, Corsair! No! He really needed to keep the Corsair alive. Now he does not have a great idea of exactly what the Zerg's going to do. You really want to keep the Corsair alive and also spot when the Queen's Nest comes out. Well, this is, again, a very, very standard build here. And it doesn't look like he actually is going to get Mutalisk. He's going to get the Spire out and then just get Scourge. I think that is a pretty smart move here. Getting the Scourge out, he can control the map. Now, you can see that Stork is going to go ahead and go for this Reaver build and then probably get either Mass Goons or Zealots, depending on the situation. The Scourge can come in really handy for picking off the shuttle. All right, that's why you do not scout with Scourge. Scourge have terrible vision anyways. Those things, they need some glasses or contacts or something. They can't see anything. He might have been going in there to try to snipe or at least assassinate the next Corsair that was going to come out. All right, well, Stork's going to go ahead and be aggressive here. I question this. This could be a very risky move here. And if this first push fails here by Stork, the game could end very quickly. Now, he has to keep him alive, and he doesn't want to lose the shuttle. One Scourge hits the shuttle. He winged it. Now it's going to be up to Stork to continue to deal damage with the Reaver. What? Oh! Nice Reaver shot there. He's going to have to target fire. And he does, and he loses. Oh, that's terrible. He loses the shuttle. Well, this Reaver's going to be pretty vulnerable. He's going to have to keep backing this up with Dragoons. Only one Reaver might not be enough. A second Reaver has just spawned. Ooh, I don't know about this. A lot of Hydras here. They've got to snipe the Reaver. You can see Stork microing the Reaver back just a little bit. Fantastic micro here by Stork. And I think, shockingly, this timing push is actually going to work. He just needs to take out that Sunken Colony. And there he goes to do that now. He needs to keep reinforcing this with Dragoons. I think Orion is probably in shock right now. These types of timing pushes are so difficult to pull off. We rarely see a build order quite like this Goon Reaver. It looks like it's a Protoss versus Protoss for a second until you see all the dying Hydralisks. If he gets up here to the heart, we're going to see GG. Stork's build orders are just so good. He has such a strong grasp of this game. It just blows my mind.
GG.
Whoa. GG. Stork, you baller. I can't believe he just pulled that off. That was a fantastic game we just saw there. I saw Stork beat Savior with a build like that a little while ago. That's clearly he knows how to execute that.
Clearly, we just saw it.
Wow. So Orion just got smashed. He got stomped on. Now he's going to have to do something better the second game. Stork basically made that look easy. He made it look like you just make Dragoons in a Reaver, and that's how you win Protoss versus Zerg. It's much more complicated than that. Clearly, he surveyed his opponent correctly. Identified the fact that, okay, he's not muta-rushing me right now. He's going to play a very defensive game. I can just go in there and kill him in this window of time.
Orion in general, actually, lately he hasn't been performing very well. That CJ has kind of put him on the back burner. Because Savior doing well all of a sudden again, and then Effort doing really well. I mean, Effort, last Saturday he was playing against Fantasy, and he won 2-1 with just his Zerglings, basically.
Yeah.
And so Orion hasn't played any Pro League matches this season yet because of the other two. His last televised game was actually GOM TV Season 4, and that was in January versus Changbi 9 months ago.
Whoa.
So he's a little rusty. No wonder he was here early practicing for this. He's going against Stork, who just, he's going into the finals for the OSL.
Yeah, so Stork's in really good shape. Stork's kind of one of these guys who's always known for getting second.
Yes, he is.
Unfortunately,
he's just like Hong Jin-Oh, Yellow.
There's a lot of silver medals at home.
He does. Well, Yellow also finished 6 times as second place, and
a lot of people say he's kind of like the new Yellow.
Yeah, now he's also at 6. I could even tell you guys, let's see, GOM TV MSL Season 2 lost first Bisu, WCG Korea lost first Hwasin. Star League 2007 lost versus Jedong. GOM TV Invitational lost against Flash. Bacchus 2008 against Flash, and WC Korea again this year lost second to Jedong. So
Stork should at least make it to the finals. He probably won't lose here to Orion, at least not if Orion plays like he did in that last game. I think Orion needs to play a little bit more aggressively here. Somebody like Stork is so strong against just standard play.
Yeah, that's true.
And like we already said, he doesn't really have a certain weakness. He doesn't have this like Achilles heel, like, oh, Stork's micro is bad, just attack him early on, or oh, Stork's macro sucks. Just play it out to the late game and overpower him. He doesn't have any specific weak points, so I think playing pretty standard won't work.